Please stand by. Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, everybody. It is time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. 1966 replay. And yet another doubleheader. How about that? 5 doubleheaders on this date. First I was mystified by that. But as someone kindly pointed out, it was Memorial Day weekend. It makes total sense. That's what they used to do. I had forgotten, since we don't see many doubleheaders anymore. Really none, unless it's a makeup. I don't think there are any scheduled doubleheaders. Hello there, Franklin, and welcome. Yeah, well, you said a mouthful. Both of these teams come into the game with unavailable relievers. Kuntz and Heft unavailable in the Cubs pen, and Mickelson unavailable for Pittsburgh. Cubs came off of a doubleheader just 2 days ago, so they've played 3 games in the last 2 days. And the Pirates had back-to-back games where they had to use Mickelson extensively. This, of course, besides the first game of the doubleheader, it's the first of a 3-game series between these two clubs. Pirates come in 24-17, just 1 game back of first. Cubs at 18-21, and the Cubs will send lefty Dick Ellsworth to the mound against right-hander Don Schwal. So let's take a look at the numbers for these pitchers. Let me scoot my other laptop in here a little bit closer. I should be able to get a better view. Okay. Ellsworth 4-2, but ERA a bit on the high side at 5.22. This will be his 10th start of the season. He has 2 complete games. For Schwal, he's 2-0 with a 3.28 ERA. 3 starts, 4 relief appearances. He has 1 complete game. Hello there, Mike, and welcome. Is that so, Franklin? I did not know that. Wow. Shouldn't come as a surprise, I guess, should it? Let's squeeze every dollar out of the fans. And here's their cards. And let me clean my glasses. In fact, I'm going to try to shut the blinds a little bit too. As you guys know, well, everybody but Franklin, that is, when you get a lot of snow on the ground, everything is brighter. Really have the blurry vision going today for some reason. But we will press on, right? Here's the lineup for the Cubs. Adolfo Phillips will lead it off in center. Glenn Beckert is at second base. Billy Williams in right field hits third. Ron Santo at third base. Lee Thomas will be at first base. George Altman is in left. Randy Hundley will do the catching. Don Kessinger at shortstop. And Ellsworth, the pitcher, hits ninth. That's true, Mike, and I was thinking about that when I wrote these lineups in. Harry Walker that year, in my opinion, really over-concerned with the lefty-righty matchups. There were a couple other games this year against a lefty. One of them was Koufax, which I guess you can kind of understand that one. Anyway, a few games against the lefty where Stargell's batted 8th. There was another game or two where he wasn't in the lineup at all against the left-handed starter. Now, I could see that if you were talking about a fringe player, but this is Willie Stargell, okay? For me, personally, if Willie Stargell's on my team, I'm hitting him in the cleanup spot every game. I don't give a shit who the pitcher is. Hello there, Jeremiah. Hello, Thomas. It's a Monday. We got a little more snow here in Spokane, but it's warmed up to 35, so that's nice. And we should be about set here. Boy, I'm having a hard time seeing the screen today. Sorry about this. Bear with me. All right, we'll just squint and wing it as we go. Schwal's ready to go. And up to the plate steps Adolfo Phillips. Phillips comes in with a .309 average, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs out of the leadoff spot. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the pitch on a 1-6. He walks him. Leadoff walk to Phillips. And Phillips on first with great speed. Let's check the battery now for Pittsburgh. Schwal with a good hold, -2. Pagliarone is 0. That would make Phillips 15, and they're going to hold him at 13. And here's Glenn Beckert now. Beckert at .341 on the season. No home runs, 13 RBIs. With the runner held, Schwal from the stretch. That's a .39 right-handed. Liner right into the glove of Alley. He throws to first. Back in time is Phillips. And here's Billy Williams now. Williams at .290. 10 home runs and 28 RBIs. Left-handed batter. Schwal gets the sign. That's a .512 lefty. Grounder to first base X. That's going to be a tough chance for Clendenin. A 2E26 as he moves to his right. Here's the roll on the play. It's the error range. It's a 7 on a 26. That spells trouble, and he can't get it. It's going to be an error on Clendenin. Whoops, hang on a second. One base error on Don Clendenin. Phillips to second. And that'll bring up Ron Santo. Santo leads the club in hitting at .385. He ranks among the league leaders. In fact, I think he leads the league in hitting. I could be mistaken. 9 home runs and a team leading at 35 runs batted in. So Schwal in a jam already here in the first. First and second, 1 down. Here's the pitch to Santo. It's going to be a 3-7 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4, and the bases are loaded in the first inning. Walk to Santo loads him up, and here's Lee Thomas now. Thomas is 2 for 4 with the Cubs since coming over in that trade with the Braves, right? Hang on a second, I'll look up Thomas's overall numbers for you. He's at .209 on the season, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Schwall's pitch is a 4-8, and that's going to be a triple to 4. He just misses the triple. And on a 2-star single, 2 runs will score. Phillips scores. Right behind him is Williams. Santo all the way to third, and the Cubs jump out to a 2-0 lead. Well, that's why the Cubs went out and traded for Lee Thomas. And he comes through here in a big way. Hello there, Jeffrey. And it wouldn't end. Well, hell. Technical issues. I'm not good at those, as you know. Hello there, Ben. I probably would have just shut my phone off and restarted it. But I'm not sure if that would have even worked. Here's George Altman now. Pagliarone out to the mound. Altman just 8 for 63 so far. He does have 9 RBIs. Infield at double play depth. Schwall comes in there with a 5-7 lefty. It's a grounder to second base X. This should be 2 with Mazeroski's 1 E8 there. Here's the play on a 16. Sure enough, sparkling play by Maz to Alley to Clendenin. And the 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. The Cubs get 2 runs on 1 hit. At least one of those is unearned. See the walk, that should have been 2 outs, a walk. Yep, one unearned run charged to Schwall. After half an inning of play, Chicago 2, Pittsburgh coming to bat. Well, that's not a technical issue, though. That's just a matter of reading the stats from the computer game. The computer does all the work. I just manually input the game into the Windows version. It does all the rest. It's no technical stuff on my part. Case in point, I'm unable to answer your question as to why you were unable to stop the stream. But try that next time. Just power down the phone and restart it. I'm assuming you're using your phone as your camera. Okay, here's the Pirate lineup. Gene Alley moves into the leadoff spot at shortstop. Manny Mota in center field. Roberto Clemente back in the 3 spot in right. Don Clendenin at first base. Jim Pagliarone, the catcher. Bill Mazeroski, the second baseman, bats 6th. Bob Bailey is at third base. Stargell in left field. Excuse me. And Schwall, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Now, if anything goes wrong with my computer, it's a procedure. It's a headache. Usually end up sometimes figuring it out, but it's a lot of trial and error. And yet somehow it didn't work. Interesting. Could have been a YouTube glitch, in which case there would have been nothing you could do about it. Holy crap, Ben. I can do without that. And you are in Wisconsin, is that right? I'm gonna go ahead and put that down as places to not move to. Sorry about that. Okay, here's Gene Alley to lead it off for the Bucks. Gene leads the club in batting at a robust .368. 1 home run, 20 RBIs. Ellsworth, the lefty, into the windup. It's a 2-4 left-handed, a grounder to third base, fielded by Santo. Throws across to Thomas. 1 away. Here's Moda now. Manny Moda batting .330. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. There is 211 left-handed, and that is drilled into left field for a base hit. A homer to 17, he rolls to 2, but Moda a weak against lefties, and he'll settle for the long single. Moda with good speed. Let's take a look at the Cubs battery. Ellsworth a 0, Hundley a 0. Moda will be held at 13. So Moda being held on, and here's Roberto Clemente. Clemente batting .311, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. Ellsworth out of the stretch now. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-8 right-handed. It's a double to 5, and he's got an extra base hit into the left center gap. They're going to hold Moda at third. It's a 2-star double. And the Pirates are in business. The Cubs scored 2 in the top of the first. Pirates coming right back here at the bottom. Second and third, 1 out, and here's Don Clendenin. Clendenin at .300, 9 home runs, and a team-leading 29 RBIs. We're going to roll for inner back, and the Cubs will pull the infield in early in the game. Ellsworth gets the sign, and we got a die off the table as Clendenin fouls one straight back. Next pitch to Clendenin is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base B with the infield in. Sano has it, throws to Hundley, and they have Moda. Back to Sano, puts the tag on him. And Moda is out at the plate. To third goes Clemente. Clendenin being held at 13. Jim Pagliarone at the plate, thinking about trying for that lead. Pagliarone's going to swing away. He's hitting, where is he? .279, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs for the right-handed hitting catcher. Pitch from Ellsworth on a 2-7, single 2 stars, and the Bucks are on the board. RBI single for Pagliarone. Clemente scores. To third goes Clendenin. And it's 2-1. That'll bring up Mazeroski, who comes into the game at .314, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Ellsworth checks the runners. Now comes to the plate, 5-9. It's a high fly ball to left. That's over Altman's head. Clendenin can walk home. Pagliarone rounding, but he's very slow. 5-9 homer to, double to center. 8 with 2 outs, 10. Phillips a 0. They just tied the game. They are going to hold him up. So it'll be an RBI double for Mazeroski. And just like that, the Pirates have tied it up here in the first. Another wild one today so far. Here's Bob Bailey now. Bailey at .317, 4 homers, 17 RBIs. If it seems like everybody in the Pirate lineup is hitting .300, well, heck, most of them are. They're batting .293 as a team. And hello and welcome to Perry. A lot of greats in this game. Yes, sirree. I see 6 Hall of Famers just off the top of my head. Here's the pitch to Bailey. That's going to be a 4-8, and he drives in 2 runs with a base hit. Pagliarone scores. Mazeroski's being waved in. He scores. And on a 2-run single by Bailey, the Pirates take a 4-2 lead. And that's going to send Hundley out to the mound now. Ellsworth not fooling anyone. He's given up 5 hits in this inning. Been a rough start to the season for Ellsworth, despite the 4-2 record. The numbers aren't terrible. The hits allowed are pretty high. 3.98 ERA isn't terrible. It's not good by 1966 standards, but it could be worse. Okay, here's Stargell. Lefty on lefty. Ellsworth with a 6-6. Fly ball to straightaway center. Phillips is there. And the side is retired. But the Bucks answer back with 4 runs on 5 hits. They leave 1. And after just 1 inning, 6 runs have been scored, and it's 4-2 Pirates. So here's Schwal now, staked to a 2-run lead. Bottom third of the order for the Cubs. Randy Hundley will start it off. Hundley at 273, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs. Schwal gets the sign for thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. 2 RBIs for Bailey. Schwal gets the sign, the pitch on a 4-10. It's a fly ball to straightaway center. Mota is there, and he makes the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Kessinger, the switch-hitting shortstop. He'll hit lefty against Schwal. Kessinger comes in at 270, no home runs. Schwal's pitch is a 5-11. He goes the other way with it. It's a fly ball to left field X. That's a tough chance for Stargell. 3E16. Stargell ranging towards the gap. Error range 4 on a 16. That's going to be trouble. And that will be a 2-base error on Stargell. Second error for the Pirates. And here's Ellsworth now, a left-handed hitter, 2W. Schwal's pitch is a 6-3, grounded to the pitcher X. Schwal's a good fielder, 3E0. And here's the play. On a 16 error range, so an 8 on an E0, he makes the play, runner holds. Nice play by Schwal. And it will be up to Adolfo Phillips. Phillips walked to lead off the game, came around to score. Schwal's pitch is a 1-8 right-handed single, 2 stars, and that's going to drive in Kessinger and make it 4-3. So a 2-out RBI single by Phillips. Kessinger comes in to score. Phillips now held on at 13. He's the tying run with Beckert at the plate. Cubs are going to gamble. We'll try for the lead. 3 through 7. He's got it on a 3. 1-13. The throw down. He's stolen it. Tony Phillips with the stolen. Sorry, Tony Phillips. Adolfo Phillips with the stolen base. That's his 7th of the season. I have Tony Phillips on the brain. I just drafted a new team on the Strat-O-Matic ATG game on 365 online. I had Tony Phillips on my draft card and did not get him. So probably some subconscious garbage in there. Here's Billy Williams now, tying run at second. 2 down. Schwal into the windup. Pitch to Billy's a 6-5 left-handed. Fly to straightaway center. That's playable for Moda. And he'll take it to retire the side. Cubs get a run on one hit. An unearned run charge to Schwal again. And we've got a good game going here, 4-3. Yesterday was a wild one. This looks like what wait happened. Beckert should have been up. 6-5 lefty. 6-5 right-handed, same result. Fly ball to center field. Okay, I see what I did. I flipped it over after the steal for some reason. Thank you, Franklin. Right, the roll was a 6-5. Instead of a 6-5 lefty, it just becomes a 6-5 righty. The result is the same. It looks like it is, Steve. I'm having a real hard time seeing today, guys. My apologies. I'm not sure why. Let me play with the light. Sometimes it's the contrast between the light on the cards in the score sheet versus the lights on the computer screens. Okay, that's a little better. Bottom of the second we go in a 4-3 game. Don Schwal will lead it off for Pittsburgh. Right-handed batter. Ellsworth's pitch on a 2-11 ground ball second base. Beckert takes it. Flips to Thomas, one down. Hopefully I can get a little better groove here as we go along. And here's Gene Alley. Alley 0 for 1. Ellsworth gets the sign from Hundley. There's the pitch to Alley. It's a 4-10 right-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to center, playable for Phillips. And he makes the play for the out. 2 away, that'll bring up Manny Moda. Moda singled his first time up. Got the rally started in the first with a 1-out single. Ellsworth gets the sign. The pitch to Moda on a 3-8 ground ball shortstop. Kessinger's there. Throws to Thomas. And how about that? Ellsworth settles down considerably with a 1-2-3 second. So after 2, it's 4-3 Pirates. Just getting started here, folks. Just getting settled in on a rather gloomy Monday. So, grab yourself a beverage and join me for an hour or so. Here's Schwal. Heart of the order for the Cubs as we move along to the third. It'll be Williams, Santo, and Thomas. Billy Williams standing in from the left side. Schwal into the windup. That's going to be a 2-9 right-handed. A little comebacker. Schwal's got it. Throws over to Clendenin. 1 down. And here's Santo. Santo walked his first time up. Just your second, Franklin? Here is the pitch now to Santo. That's a 6-8 right-handed. That's going to be a single to 8 on an 11. That is fielded at third by Bailey, who throws him out. So Santo misses the 1-8 single. Should say the 6-8 single 1 through 8. And here's Lee Thomas. Thomas with a 2-run single in the first. Schwal with the windup and the pitch is a 5-9 lefty. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Allie. Allie, the Gold Glover that year with a 2E17. On a 16, he's there. Strong throw in time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs in the third. Exactly what I was thinking, Jeff. Jeff was on his second pot by then. I'm finishing up my first pot. Usually 1 pot plus for me. Okay, where are we here? Bottom of the third inning. It's the heart of the order for the Pirates. Roberto Clemente will start it off. He doubled his first time. Ellsworth gets the sign now. Here's the windup and here's the pitch. It's a 5-9 righty. It's a high fly ball to left field. That's over Altman's head for extra bases on a 12. Clemente steams into second with a stand-up double. So Roberto with 2 doubles already. And the batter will be Clendenin. After I'm done with coffee, I usually go to decaffeinated tea. With turmeric. Interesting, Jeremiah. Here's Clendenin now, 0 for 1. Ellsworth gets the sign. That's a 3-7 left-handed. A grounder to short, fielded there by Kessinger. Looks the runner back and throws him out. With 1 away, it will be Pagliarone. RBI single in the first. Ellsworth checks the runner. Now it comes to the plate, 6-8 righty. That's a base hit up the middle into center field. Clemente rounding. 15, Phillips a 0. They're going to send him, and the throw to the plate. And he is out at the plate. Phillips, the relay to Kessinger. Kessinger with a beautiful relay throw to the plate, and Clemente is hung out to dry. And on the 20, Pagliarone stays at first. Big play there. Keeps the game within 1, and here's Mazeroski. Ellsworth on a 6-12 is a grounder to the pitcher, X. That's going to be 3E27. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 5 on an E27. This spells trouble, and it is. That'll be an error on Dick Ellsworth. First Chicago error of the day. Pagliarone takes second. And now with 2 down, Bob Bailey will be the hitter. Bailey, of course, with a 2-run single in the first. Ellsworth into the windup. On a 1-9, it's a high fly ball to left field. Altman backing up and on the track pulls it in to retire the side. So Bailey gave it a ride. Just allowed out to left. And for the Pirates, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. They had a runner thrown out at the plate. And after 3 innings, still lead it 4-3. I, too, like ginger ale. And a greetings to Gerald. I just wish I could see today. Holy crap. All right. I have it on hand all the time. I haven't had one in a while, but I keep it around in case I want to make a high ball. George Altman to lead it off in the fourth. Altman 0 for 1. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone now, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-9 left-handed grounder to short X. That's Alley. Gene Alley 2E17, slow roller. Alley charging it. That's going to be a 9. That's the error range. So we've got an 8 on a 17, and he makes the play and throws him out. Nice play, Alley. Back-to-back nice plays by Alley. Here's Hundley now, 0 for 1. Schwal into the windup. The pitch is a 2-8 right-handed. He pops him up left side. It's Alley again. And Alley's now handled 3 chances in a row. 2 down, and here's Kessinger. Reached on an error and scored in the second, batting left-handed. Schwal set now. Pitch to Kessinger on a 5-10 lefty. Another grounder to short X. It's all Alley this inning, 2E17. It's on a 2, and he's not going to get it. That's into left field past the diving Alley. And that'll be a 2-out single for Kessinger. That would have been a tough one for anybody to make. Kessinger reaches with the single. 13 not held, and they're not going to hold him. With the pitcher at the plate, Cubs will not want to make the 3rd out on the bases. That way he would have to lead off the next inning. So Ellsworth, a left-handed batter, facing Schwal with a runner at first and 2 down. And that's going to be a 6-8 single to 9 on an 11. Mazeroski with a nice stop. Flips to Clendenin. And the side is retired. Actually, he doesn't flip to Clendenin, excuse me. He goes the short way to Alley. Kessinger is forced, and that'll do it for the Cubs. So a busy inning for Gene Alley, to be sure. And hello to Dave Little. Welcome. That's one thing I won't do, Franklin. I don't buy into that. I've got a Brita pitcher in the fridge. I've got a pure filter on my tap. I can make my own filtered water. In other words, in my opinion anyway, it's a scam. Not to mention all of that freaking plastic. Oh my goodness. Anyway, to each their own, no judgment. Here's Stargell to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Stargell flew to center his first time. Ellsworth, it's been a struggle for Dick Ellsworth so far as he faces Stargell here in the bottom of the 4th. He's set now. Here's the pitch on a 4-7, and Stargell, hard ground ball through the right side and into right field for a leadoff single. That's going to bring up Schwal. Now let's check his bunting rating. He's a D. I should start writing those in over here. That would make it easier. They'll be back. Schwal squares to bunt. He's a D on an 8, and they get the lead man. Bunted it too hard to first base. Thomas all over it. Fires down to Beckert for the force. So Schwal bunted it too hard. He bunts into the force play, and with 1 out, it's Gene Alley. Ellsworth out of the stretch. It's a 2-12 left-handed, and he hits him. and the 20-sided is a 2. Something is supposed to happen on a 2. Ben, refresh my memory if you wouldn't mind. Is that a warning? Yes, okay. Well, Dave, you'd be right if I was playing that, but I'm not. Hello, Joel. Yeah, no, I'm not playing that. It's a warning by the home plate umpire, which is Wendelstead today. That's right, 216. That is the amount of chances that are on the batter and pitcher card, not counting splits, of course. Yeah, it's a house rule. The 1 on the hit by pitch is an ejection chart. 2 is a warning. But here's Moda, first and second, 2 away. Excuse me, 1 down only, 1 down only, first and second. Ellsworth in a jam. Here's the pitch to Moda on a 3-11. It's a foul ball left side. Sano over by the stands puts it away. So a big out there, not out of the woods yet by any means, as here's Roberto Clemente. Clemente's doubled both times up today. Ellsworth, first pitch way outside, pitching carefully to Clemente. Now set. Next one is a 2-7. 2-star single by Roberto. That's going to drive in a run. In to score is Schwal, and it's 5-3. All the way to third is Gene Alley. And that's going to get him stirring around in the Chicago pen. Chicago pen very short-handed today, however. Arnold Early, the lefty. Bill Fall, the righty, throwing. With both Kuntz and Heft unavailable, DeRocher really needs some length out of Ellsworth today. And unfortunately for Leo, it just looks like Ellsworth doesn't have it. And welcome to Frank. Good to see you. Here's Clendenin. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Ellsworth in a jam again. The pitch to Clendenin on a 3-3, and he walks him to load the bases. Oh my goodness. Ellsworth having all kinds of problems today. Bases loaded, 2 down, and Jim Pagliarone strides to the plate. Jim 2 for 2 today. Ellsworth being very deliberate out there now. Now comes set. Full windup. Pitch to Pagliarone on a 2-3. Base hit into left field. It's an open single. At least 1 run will score. Alley crosses the plate. Clemente rounds. 15-17. Altman a +1, 1-18. They're going to send him. Trail runner is Clendenin at 16, and they're going to cut it off. That'll be a 2-run single for Pagliarone as the Bucks break it open here in the 4th. 3 runs have scored. It's 7-3. He's rated a 7. Here's Mazeroski now, 1 for 2. The pitch from Ellsworth on a 6-7 is a grounder to second base X. That's Beckert. This should do it. 2E26. Here's the play. On a 12, it's the E range. An 8 on a 26. He makes the play. Side retired. Nice play by Beckert, but the Pirates tack on 3 hits and leave a pair, and after 4 innings, it is 7-3 Pittsburgh. He's not going to make it. It certainly doesn't look that way. If the Cubs had a deeper pen today, he'd probably be gone already. I'm going to take a moment here. I'll be right back. I've got to take a short break. All right, and we are back. All righty. 4 innings in the books. Don Schwall ready to go to work in the 5th. His first inning of potential fatigue. He's only a 5. Kind of feels the other way around, doesn't it? The triple splits. You know, I don't remember that. Cubs will send up the top of the order here in the 5th inning. Adolfo Phillips singled and walked so far. Schwall gets the sign from Pagliarone. It's a 4-3 right-handed ground ball down to 3rd. It's Bailey. Strong throw to Clendenin, 1 down. Here's Beckert now. Beckert 0 for 2. Schwall into the windup. Pitch to Glenn Beckert is a 4-9 right-handed. That is a homer to 2 on an 18. It's a lazy fly ball to left. Stargell takes a few steps back and gloves it for the 2nd out. 2 down and Billy Williams. Billy 0 for 2. Schwall's pitch on a 1-11 is another hard smash to 3rd. Bailey stabs it, throws to Clendenin, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Don Schwall. Shut down inning by Schwall. That's what you want if you're Pittsburgh. What exactly is a triple split? Somebody will have to... Oh, 3 different results. Oh, God, yes, I do remember that. Oh, I'd forgotten all about that. Well, thank you for that little trip down Amnesia Lane, Jeremiah. Wasn't that basic only? Yeah, I think it was. Ellsworth trying to hang in there as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bailey will lead it off. He's 1 for 2. Ellsworth gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Bailey. That's going to be a 6-4 righty. A grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Kessinger. Good shortstop, 2E40. On a 6, he's there and throws him out. Nice play, Kessinger. Kessinger was a good shortstop. He made a lot of errors that season. Was still good enough to get a 2. Early in his career, I think that was his second season. I think he was a right-handed hitter only in 65. Started switch hitting in 66. Anyway, with 1 out, here's Stargell, 1 for 2. And hello there, Texas Huntsman. How's life in Sonoma, Joel? Ellsworth left on left. The pitch to Stargell is a 2-8, single to 8, and he's got it. Past the pitcher and up the middle for a base hit. So Willie Stargell 2 for 3. And here's the pitcher Schwal, a D. He's going to try it again. He squares the bunt. 6 on a D. This time he gets it down to third base, and the sacrifice works. Stargell in scoring position with 2 down, and here's Gene Alley. Alley 0 for 2, plunked in his last at bat. That's going to be a 5-8 right-handed, and that's a double to 5. That is a double on a 4. It's a 2-base hit for Gene Alley, another Pittsburgh run. And Ellsworth is just getting his lunch handed to him. It is 8-3. And here comes DeRocher. That's going to be it for Ellsworth. I was trying to get him some length because of the Cubs are kind of short-handed in the pen today. But they're going to go to Bill Fall, the right-hander, here in the 5th inning. Early shower for Ellsworth today, 4 2/3 innings. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. This reminds me of yesterday's game. He walked 1, hit 1, and did not strike out anyone. Just as a refresher course, oh, where was it? It's on the other side of this one, isn't it? Dick Selma's line from yesterday, 4 2/3, 14 hits. Similar situation. The Mets bullpen strapped. Yeah, exactly, Franklin. You need an abacus to figure the ERA. Welcome to SS and Mike. As Fall gets ready to go, let's take a look at his numbers. He's been in 9 games, 3 of them starts. He's 0-2 with a 7.11. Does not sound like this is going to be the Cubs' day. Manny Mota, the hitter. Fall ready to go to work. The right-hander winds and deals on a 6-7 right-handed. He walks him. And Fall comes on and walks the first batter he faces. And here's Clemente, 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles. Fall gets the sign now. Here's the pitch on a 4-8 right-handed. That ball is absolutely driven to left field. Altman back at the track, at the wall, leaps at the wall, and it's gone. Roberto Clemente with a 3-run home run has just blown this game wide open. Mota and Alley score ahead of him. And Roberto now a triple short of the cycle. And he had 11 triples that year in real life, so it's a distinct possibility. (11-3) now. It's officially a laugher, guys. Well, they can't all be close. Someone already mentioned, yeah, he cemented the player of the game with that 3-run shot. For Clemente, his 7th home run of the season. Here's Clendenin now. Fall's pitch on a 3-9 struck him out. Called strike 3. Harry Wendelstedt rings him up, but the damage is done. 4 runs, 3 hits, nobody left. It's officially a laugher as the score is 11-3 after 5. For Don Schwal, his second endurance inning. I can picture it, Texas. Leo, obviously a very demonstrative individual, to say the least. Wouldn't that be something? I think we're all rooting for that, Frank. It'll be Santo, Thomas, and Altman for the Cubs. Schwal into the windup. Pitch to Santo is a 3-10, and he walks him. Not exactly what you want to do when you're presented with an 11-3 lead. Just throw it over the plate, Don. Here's Lee Thomas, 1 for 2. Schwal out of the stretch now. That's going to be a 1-11. It's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Clemente at the track, at the wall, and makes the catch just at the base of the wall. A homer to 12. He rolls the 14, and it's just allowed out to right for Lee Thomas. I have not, Frank. I had a 4 home run game, but no cycle. Haven't even been close, really. Here's Altman now. Schwal from the stretch. 2-9 righty. That's a high fly ball to right field, and this one's going to go. Clemente at the track, gone. Home run, George Altman. And now that's going to get him busy in the Pittsburgh pen, as one more hitter walk will fatigue Schwal. 2-run blast for Altman. Let's take another look. 2-9 to 8. He threw the 1. And for George Altman, that is his first home run of the year. Looking at the lineup. And they're going to get Al McBean throwing. (11-5) the score now. Randy Hundley steps to the plate. Schwal gets the sign. Pitch to Hundley is a 5-8 righty. Grounder shortstop. It's Alley to Clendenin, 2 down. Here's Don Kessinger with 2 away. Schwal into the windup. Takes to Kessinger's a 3-4 right-handed. Grounder to first base. Hit hard. Glenn Denon backhands it. Flips to Schwal covering. And the side is retired. 2 runs on the hit for the Cubs. A 2-run shot by George Altman, his first of the season. Yes, sir, Texas. You got that right. Bill Fall getting warmed up for the bottom of the 6th. He'll be facing Pagliarone, Mazeroski, and Bailey here. Pagliarone 3 for 3. 3 runs batted in. Fall with a 110, fly to straightaway left. Altman is there and gloves it for out number 1. Here's Mazeroski now. Maz 1 for 3 today. Fall gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Maz on a 1-5. Foul ball left side. Sano drifting over, and he's there. Two down, nobody on. Bob Bailey, the hitter. Bailey 1 for 3. 2-run single back in the first. Fall's pitch on a 3-6. He loses him. Ball 4. 2-out walk to Maz. The Maz, as Zanicati says. Hello, Zanicati, and welcome. And up steps Wilbur Stargell, 2 for 3 on the day, facing a righty now. Fall's pitch on a 2-3, base hit into center field. That's an open single. Bailey can round. He's 14-16-0. They're going to send him, and they'll just cut it off. So into third goes Bailey. That'll bring up Schwal. Fall's pitch is a 2-11 ground ball second base. Beckert to Thomas, side retired. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We've played 6. It is 11-5 Pittsburgh. I'm going to take a second here and get my single cup. The single cup, of course, signifying the last cup of the day. If I was going to go full bore, I'd do another half pod. We go to the 7th inning. Cubs really have no choice. Short pin or not, they have to send up a hitter for Fall. Schwal 2 of the 11. Fall inning in a third, 1 hit, a walk, 2 runs, 1 strikeout. No, damn it, there was a walk. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runs, 1 strikeout. Okay, the batter for the Cubs against Schwall. Byron Brown will be the hitter. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a computer-only card into the game. Arnold Early working in the Cubs pen. They're just trying to save their bullpen at this point. Here's Brown. Schwall into the windup. Pitch to Byron is a 2-5. Struck him out. Byron down on strikes. 1 away, and here's Phillips. Schwall gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 5-5 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Schwall on the verge of tiring in the 6th inning, showing no effects here in the 7th as he strikes out the first 2 batters. Now here's Beckert. The pitch from Schwall on a 6-8, single to 8 on a 6. He's got it. 2-out single for Glenn Beckert. Not held at 14. He will not be held. Cubs won't chance it. Trailing by 6. There's the pitch to Williams. It's a 1-7 grounder to second base, and they're fortunate he wasn't held. Easy play for Mazeroski. And the side is retired. No runs to hit, 1 left as we stretch for the 7th. It's 11-5 Pirates. And here's Arnold Early now. We'll take a moment to pause for the Mookie cam here at the 7th inning stretch. Their bullpen is really strapped, Texas. I was trying to figure out why. If they got really desperate, I suppose we could make Ernie Brolio available. But this is the doubleheader as well, remember that. We'll save Brolio. He might be needed in the nightcap. We switch over to the Mookie cam, and yeah, he likes the top of the kitchen cabinets lately, probably because it's warm up there. He has avoided the top of the cat tower ever since it got cold. Mookie, what are you doing there? Lifts his head a little bit. Says, yeah, I know. He says, I know, leave me alone. Let's take a look at Early. Has he even pitched yet? I think he must have, or else why would I have printed the card? There he is. No, he has not pitched yet. first appearance of 1966 for Arnold Early, a left-hander. He worked 18 innings in real life with a 3.57 ERA, a hard lefty. But at this point, he's really all they've got. He's rated 2 for endurance. Pretty much a punt move by the Cubs, but not a lot of options. Top of the order for Pittsburgh here in the bottom of the 7th. Gene Alley 1 for 3. Early comes in there with a 6-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. How about that? One down, and here's Moda. Moda 1 for 3 with a walk. Arnold Early comes in there with a 1-12. It's foul ball back of the plate. That's going to be that's going to be Hundley making the play. Early gets 2 quick outs, and here's Roberto. Let's see if he has a look at that. Early also has a 1-8 triple to 6, a 1-8 1-9 homer to 6, triple 7 to 20. Clemente against the lefty has a 3-6 homer to 1. Everything else is a triple, and a triple 1 on the 3-11. And here we go. It's a 1-9 left-handed. He struck him out. Wow. Arnold Early comes in, pitches a 1-2-3 inning and strikes out 2. 7 innings in the books. It is still 11-5. Schwal now in his 4th endurance inning. It'll be Santo, Thomas, and Altman here for the Cubs. Schwal trying to go the distance as he goes into the windup. That's going to be a 2-5 right-handed grounder shortstop. Alley backhands it. Strong throw in time. Boy, Gene Alley's been busy at shortstop today. Here's Thomas. Thomas 1 for 3. The pitch from Schwal. 3-11 right-handed, foul ball back of the plate. Pagliarone tossed the mask aside and puts it away. That'll bring up Altman. Altman 1 for 3 with a home run. Schwal with the windup. The pitch on a 4-9 left-handed. That is a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Clemente, just shy of the track, pulls it in. Homer to 3. He threw the 17. So Altman's bid for his 2nd home run of the game is denied. 1-2-3 go the Cubs in the 8th. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. And I'll make my what is now a standard pitch that, according to YouTube stats, 40% of my watch time is by non-subscribers. So if you're watching and enjoy this, please do subscribe. And don't forget to hit that like button. He says Dowling. Dowling did work 9 innings that year, Texas. I do not have a card for him. Not to say he would never be used, but that would really be a all hands on deck situation. It is going up, Ben, and what it means from what I can gather from the graph is that I'm getting more views from non-subscribers. which I interpret that as actually a good thing. Clendenon, Pagliarone, Mazeroski in the bottom of the 8th. First endurance inning for Early. Pitch to Clendenon on a 2-10, and he drives one high and deep to left field. Backing up is Altman on the track at the wall. Makes the catch. Oh, my goodness. 2-10, homer to 16. And he misses it on a 20. Pagliarone, 3 hits today. Early's pitch is a 3-8 lefty, grounder to short. It's Kessinger over to Thomas. And how about this Arnold Early? Man, when I brought him in, I thought they were waving a white flag. But he's retired all 5 batters he's faced so far, and now here's Mazeroski. Early with the pitch. It is a 5-10 righty. It's a grounder to short X. That's going to be Kessinger. 2E40. Here's the play on an 18. Kessinger's there and throws him out. And Arnold Early with 2 perfect innings. So you never know, right? Eleven to 5 as we go to the 9th inning. Schwal trying to go all the way. A 5-inning starter. Yes, sir, he is the definition of mop-up. Unless you're looking for somebody to get a left-handed batter out. Nothing there except for 10 walk chances. Really excellent against lefties. But as good as he is against lefties, he's that terrible against righties. And he faced all righties. Hundley, Kessinger in the pitcher's spot. Last chance for the Cubs here in the 9th. It's 11 to 5. Hundley 0 for 3 on the day. Schwal into the windup. That's going to be a 4-8 right-handed, and that is banged into center for a single. Leadoff single for Hundley. And the batter will be Kessinger. Kessinger 1 for 3. Schwal's pitch to the left-hander from the stretch. It's a 5-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And now we'll have a pinch hitter for Early. Let's see what the Cubs have on the bench. Well, heck, we might as well give Ernie Banks an at-bat, right? Why not? It's not a key situation, but it's still fun. Banks did pinch hit in this game in real life. Exactly, SS. Yeah, you only get, on these older card sets, you only get 24 players a team. On the computer game, you get almost all of the players. And I can just print them off from my computer game. Franklin, in that case, I would use one of the nameless player cards. In fact, in the case of somebody like Dowling, who only worked 9 innings, I probably would not print a Dowling card. I would try to find an appropriate nameless player card instead. So here's Banks against Schwal. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch is a 2-2. Grounder down to third. Bailey has it. He goes to Maz for 1, and that's all they're going to get. 5-4 force play, and the Cubs are down to their last out. Adolfo Phillips steps to the plate. Schwal 1 out away from a complete game here today. Phillips 1 for 3 with a walk, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-8 right-handed. Grounder to short. That's going to do it. Alley will go the short way to Mazeroski. And that's the ball game. One-sided affair today. 11-5 Pittsburgh. And as always, I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Schwall with the win improves to 3-0. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Frank, and everyone. Chief Spokane player of the game. Chief Spokane Gary player of the game, obviously, is Clemente. 4 for 5. 2 doubles, a home run, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. Schwall only gave up 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. 5 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 3. He didn't strike out many. 1, 3. Schwall not overpowering, but he got the job done. Two Ks for Early. Ellsworth, of course, the losing pitcher. He's 4-3 now. That makes the totals, the Pirates, 11 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. Cubs, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Steve, Perry, everybody. Tomorrow, of course, the conclusion of this doubleheader. And the starting pitchers in that one. Hang on, I got to find it here. Is this the right game? Yes. Starting pitchers will be Ken Holtzman for the Cubs, Steve Blass for the Pirates. Both managers hoping for some length out of those starters. And anyway, I'm going to get out of here. So thanks once again, everybody. Have a very pleasant evening, and thanks for hanging out with me. Take care.